Chatunga Mugabe Woes Deepen as court charges them of murder, keeping them in prison awaiting bail. It seems like it's still going on and on. We thought that those developments that we saw, whereby the victim had confessed that they don't remember who shot them, would have possibly, watered down the whole situation. But despite those statements that the victim. So they appeared in court today. I don't know who this guy is, but this guy Mugabe foot. I don't know. Ane Mugabe name before the other. Is it Mutonodze or something like that? I don't know who this guy is. But I know Anima look likes Anna Robert Jr. something like that. I don't know who this guy is. But this is the situation. This is how things are. So takatarisa utione kuti inonoguma iri papi. So I saw quite a lot of people vanga sympathizer na comrade na Dr. Stop It, right? A lot of people really were sympathetic to Grace Mugabe. Nenyaya yekuti haakwanisi kuti aende attend what is happening to her own children there in South Africa. But vavarume vakuru, they answer for themselves. Kana vasika moto vasika unongowapisawo. At times it is because vafana ava vanonyanya kuita full of themselves, and forget kuti the time moves and influence changes and so on. And also you can't just continue to think kuti that influence. If this had happened in Zimbabwe, would possibly be looking at it differently. But not in another country. Not in another country, especially considering that your father is no longer there and even president to be able to be standing for you and defending you. Takaona Grace escaped that crime because Mugabe was still there, still in power and so on and so forth. But for them to just continue to be big-headed, especially when they are in other countries, it's risky. And it might cost them. Unoziva kuti unongochitemba kuti you are untouchable. Usingazivi kuti zvinhu zvogona kuita turn around. Tables can just turn around and find yourself wakutorova matemba for the coming 20 years. Zvinongoitika zvinhu zvakaita saizvozvo. Life is not a straight line. As I always say, life is never a straight line. You find a bend at any point. Things can turn very, very bad and ugly. So we are still following up on the story to find out what say, and the developments so far do not look like things are working well for the young Mugabe and the other accomplices. SABC News says Bellarmine Chatunga Mugabe has been charged with attempted murder and defeating the ends of justice. So it doesn't look good where we stand right now.
According to the viewers, Chris Lader, indeed, the firearm that was used in the commission of crime has not been found. As we already indicated last week, that the two suspects, aged 28 and 33 years old, have been arrested for attempted murder, and they will be appearing today in this same magistrate's court. It will be for attempted murder and defeating the ends of justice, since the firearm has not been found. So we are expecting them to appear anytime soon from now once the court proceeding starts. So the docket will be brought to this magistrate court.
So, Colonel, in fact, the last time we spoke was that they were only facing a charge of attempted murder. So we can confirm now that they're also facing a charge of defeating the ends of justice. That is now breaking, basically.
That is correct. They will be facing charges of attempted murder and defeating the ends of justice.
All right.
So that's where things stand right now. And we saw them today appearing in court. Bellarmine and Tobias Mugabe Matonodze, this is the guy I'm talking about, appeared before the Alexandra Magistrates Court. They face charges of attempted murder, defeating the ends of justice, and possessing of a firearm. The firearm has not been found. So things don't look that good so far. And quite a lot of people were talking about the sudden changes in the health of the young man. It doesn't look like the way you looked a few years ago. We don't know whether this could be because of drugs or whatever that they are said to be taking.
To put on record the names as well as.
Thank you, sir.
It's fine. State refer Honorable Court to case number RC 126/26, State versus Bellarmine, Chatunga Mugabe, accused number 1, and Tobias Mugabe Mutonje, accused number 2. Proceedings have been conducted in Alexander Regional Court number 2. Today, the 23rd day of February 2026, the court is as follows. Presiding officer, Mr. IJ Bishop, prosecutor Mapiri, interpreter is Ms. Ngobese, and for both applicants, or rather accused persons, is Mr. S. Munguni. This is the first appearance in the regional court here in Alexandra.
So this is what's happening there. As I said, Charamba Zifambira, Tinyatsoona kuti zvakamira sei, chichiri kuitika, and what developments are taking place. And vana va Vincent Pambira avedo dzokora padziri nyaya. And na mama Evelyn, Dr. Amai vashungurudzwa nevana vedu we. Yeah, you know, especially when you are a widow, you are left with alone and so on among the vouchers. And then vana vaunenge wakatarisira kuti ndo vachava mapillars ako. They are found, going, this kind of route. Brian says, I did mention these charges from the day they were arrested, that more charges will have to be added. Yeah, it seems like it's beginning to, to be more complex than possibly what people, expected. And well, that's what it is. Gogo Piri, Damascus yake I mean, Damascus moment, the moment of reality, right? When life is really now treating you, exactly as it is, not with the soft golden gloves. Your life begins real, especially when you continue to forget that you don't control everything. Pane zvimwe zvinhu zviri beyond you, and I mean kungozvibata initially chinondibhowa chinhu one. Chichondibhowa pavafana vandishikuti vafana vakasiyirwa mari. This family ine mari yakawandisa zvisingaiti zvokuti indosha chiri kuvanetsa chikweni chii chiri kuvanetsa. What really will have happened zvokuti I think kungova big headed, this idea yekungokudza vana in that environment which we were talking about that day, kuti ivava vana Ruka Chiwenda vari kukudza vana vavo ma-environments akashata ekuda kudzidzisa vana kuti you are above everyone, you are above the law, nobody can touch you. That's a wrong teaching. Vafana vanokura vane brain dzakadhakwa. At the end of the day, the world will come after them and teach them the hard way, and the society zvovajaja zvinorwadza vafana. We should just continue to teach our children and grow our children in the way of the Lord, and that is the greatest safety you can ever give to your children. Hanza anogona kutadza kuibuda, anobatanidzirwa mhosva dzamai vake. Yeah, you see, you never know what can turn up at the end of the day. Elder Masura says, Hans Calvary, greetings, Apostle and all intercessors. Thank you so much. Minister Josie, Hans ngavamboendawo kuchikurubi kunoenda vamwe zvikananda will follow you soon to eat matemba necabbages namafuta. Vakaipa. CCS, how are you? Hans, I'm even shocked with myself, but I'm actually feeling sorry for him and his mother. If only they can see their wrongdoings and repent. Yeah, that is kind of like a one mukana wacho wokurepent. At times vanozvita vakadhakwa, especially kana vachinzi vanoita zvokutora nema-drugs and so on and so forth. Unozorealize manje ma-drugs ayapera, wakuchenuruka manje. Satani anokushandisa madhimoni rogona kupinda mauri rokushandisa rakucreatesa mhosva manje rojumpa out zvaro robuda. Iwe wakusara manje wakuti bwai iro ratoenda manje. Back to yourself and asking yourself kuti kondaitei, but that will be now beyond redemption. So I don't know, we keep watching and seeing kuti zvinofamba sei. At the end of the day, hazina gogocherwa, hakusi kuzimu kwavanoregererwa, ngavadi I can't read that word. Hanzi vana ava vashungurudza. Yes. Koma kuda hanzizo chaunorima ndo chaunokohwa. Aiwa hapana pa takuona kukohwa manje. And it's really very, very sad the developments that we are seeing. We thought kuti maybe since confession yadzoka different, especially from the victim and as well as the murder weapon not available, we thought kuti ichangopedzisira yangozoshaya basa. Amen. But let's keep watching, especially vanhu vemari vanonetsa, because corruption yacho iriko futi muSouth Africa. Even ikoko mapurisa kwacho nekuba courts and so on and so forth, kunogona kupedzisira kwakutotamba mari ipapa dzinotambidzwana dzakareba, and it might turn out and surprise people at the end of the day. So as of this stage, you can never say never. What we do is let's keep watching tione kuti zvinonobuda zvakamira nepapi, but so far it's looking bad, especially on the side of the young man. And we are not being told much about the victim also. Kuti ko victim yacho yambova seiko, condition yacho yasei takangonzwa kuti ataura, but hatisatanzwa kuti what really is happening zvakanyatsomira sei out there. But that's how things are like. People continue to send their sympathy, sympathetic messages to Grace Mugabe, and of course the other members of the family. And so the absence of the gun cannot stop the crime prosecution. Okay. Brian, yeah, I okay. I know you do have experiences in these things. We'll keep watching from a distance. And at the end of the day, I think people can just be praying for Dr. Grace, Dr. Stop It. Though I think I just sympathize now. During these very trying times that she is undergoing. But that's what life is like about. We can't tell exactly where we find ourselves tomorrow. Anyway, this is what it is. Let's move. We have quite a number of shows today to cover. Shows are not Trumpet, she's going to say out there.